Good morning, all of you. Today we discuss about the demand forecasting and the cost estimation. So here we discuss this point as a demand forecasting and the cost estimation. So for we discussed in this unit or in this topic as a what are the different elements of the cost? What are the different elements of the cost for a particular product, and what will be the how we can forecast a sales of that particular product. How we can forecast the sales of that particular product. So that forecasting that are generally need to schedule a planning of production of a particular product. So how you can plan or how you can decide how much products you can produce, how much products you can produce for a particular period of time. So that particular planning is depend on the forecasting of that particular product. Forecasting of that particular product. So forecasting is generally use a past data. Generally use a past data to estimate that consumption, the future consumption of that particular product by customer, or not only for the product, it is also you can use for the services or services. So it use a past data to decide how much quantity that consumer consume for a particular product. So it translate the past data to estimate that future of that particular product. So by using this forecasting, we can plan or we can schedule production. We can schedule production of that particular product. We can schedule that particular product. So it is also used as a planning tool. It is also used as a planning tool. To again, this is estimate again the product requirement in the future, and also now this forecasting is depend on the demand demand of that particular product. So there are two types of the demands. Maybe it is a dependent type of the demand or independent type of the demand. So dependent type of the demand is depend on the total product or the final product. So that particular demand, we can forecast. For that particular demand, we can forecast of that particular demand, and this forecasting is an approximate one. This forecasting is approximate one as we use past data, and as we use or as we collect more and more data, past data, that accuracy will be increased. So forecasting, this forecasting technique is approximate one, where it is based on the past data. So as we collect more and more data, so that variations should be reduced or accuracy will be increased. And by using this forecast, we cannot ignore that known information about that particular product. So this forecasting is a planning tool that are used to determine how much quantity about the product, how much quantity will be required by that consumer in the future. So forecasting is a planning tool. And in this topic, we will discuss about these different forecasting techniques and different cost elements of a particular product. So these are the different characteristics of the forecasting. So it is a planning tool. It is again approximate one. As we increase it, or as we increase number of data, past data, its accuracy will be increased, and we cannot ignore its known information of the product. According to the forecasting technique. So this forecasting technique we can done for the different time zones. So as per our requirement, we move or we categorize these forecasting into the three terms or into three types. It is a long range forecasting, it is a medium range forecasting, or short range forecasting. Short range forecasting. According to the goals, long term goal, medium term goal, or short term goal. These are again categorized as a long range forecasting, medium range forecasting, or short range forecasting, And for this different range of forecasting, there are different time zones or different time spans. We collect data. According to the time span, and accordingly we can categorize it into long range forecasting, medium range forecasting, and short range forecasting. So for long range forecasting, we use or we collect data for more than 2 years. So for this long range forecasting, these are generally used for the expansion of the plant capacity, or launching of the new product, or for R&D purpose, R&D of the particular product. We use this long range of the forecasting. So we use previous data of more than 2 years, and that are generally used for the expansion of plant capacity or launching new products that are used in the R&D department. So this is a long range forecasting. It is depend on the, or it is related to the long term goal. Again, medium range forecasting, it is related to the sales planning, production planning, or increase some departmental capacity. For these conditions, we use this medium range forecasting, and that are considered the data from 3 months to the 2 years. From 3 months to the past 3 months to the 2 years data that are considered, and that are related to the medium term goals, and that are related to production planning or sales planning or increased departmental capacity. Again, third one is the short range forecasting. Short range forecasting use information less than 3 months, and that are used for the production or work assignment or sequencing purpose. So for such cases, that are it is a short range forecasting. So according to time zone, that are again categorized as a long range forecasting, medium range forecasting, and short range forecasting. So what are the steps in the forecasting? So first we determine or we decide some objectives of that forecasting. We determine objectives of that forecasting. Without determining objective or without determining aim of that particular forecasting, we cannot proceed further. So determination of objective, a focused objective, is required for the forecasting. So first step is to determine that objective of the forecast. Determine the focused objective of the forecast. This is the first step. Again, forecasting of the one product, we cannot apply that forecasting of one product to the other product. So we should focus on a particular product or particular atom or element of that particular product. We focus on that particular product to which that forecasting should be done. So forecasting of one product cannot be applied to the other products. So we again consider a particular product for forecasting purpose. Again, we determine according to that product, according to the that particular product, and according to opinion, we determine our opinion of that experts. We determine the time horizon of that forecast. According to the opinion of experts, we determine how much data we should collect, how much period of time we can select that particular data, past data, for forecasting purpose. So determine time horizon. This is the another important steps. So as we consider more and more data, it remove that variations. It remove that input variations, and it will increase. It will increase that particular accuracy. You get that particular accuracy of that particular forecast. So again, next step is to select a suitable forecasting model. Select a suitable forecasting model. So the next step is the select a suitable forecasting model. So that suitability of that particular model is checked for the forecast of that particular product. Forecast of that particular product, and according to that particular each model have different accuracy. Each model have different accuracy. If you choose a particular suitable model, then that accuracy of that particular forecasting will be increased. Suitable, if you select a suitable model, that accuracy of that forecasting will be increased. So we can select a suitable forecasting model. Then we collect the data. Then we collect the data, past data for forecasting purpose, and then by using that collective data, master data, and with that forecasting model, we make a forecast. We make a forecast for a particular time. We make a forecast for a particular time in the future. For a particular time in the future, and that particular forecast, then we can implement to fulfill that objective. That particular forecast, then we can try to implement to fulfill that objectives of the forecast. Fulfill that objective of the forecast. So these are the different steps. So without particular objective or without particular aim, we cannot proceed further for the forecasting. So again, select a particular product for forecasting. Select a particular time zone. Time zone. How much data, how much period of data we can should collect. We select a particular forecasting model. Again, we collect data, apply that data into that forecasting model, then make that forecast, and then try to implement that forecast for a particular product. So these are the different steps in that forecasting. So what are the different methods of that forecasting? There are different methods of that forecasting. Major types or major categories are the qualitative and quantitative forecasting. Major are the qualitative and quantitative forecasting. So here first we discuss about the qualitative forecasting. As this name introduced as the qualitative forecasting and quantitative forecasting, these are again that name suggests what it focus, what points it will focus, this qualitative forecasting and quantitative forecasting. So qualitative forecasting is generally based on the judgment of causal factors, that decide that demand of that particular product. It based on the judgment about the causal factor that determine the demand of that product, So that are used to formulate that particular forecast for a new products. So generally for the new products, as that name suggests, qualitative forecast. So for the new product, previous data similar for product is not available. Suppose for the new product that previous data, as it is a new product, that previous data we don't have available, but products which are similar to this new product, that data we have available in the market, data will be available in the market, and that will be used. So for new product having no historical data, this technique we can use it. For new product having no historical data, that technique we can use it. But product which are similar to this new product, that data we can use it. And data that again to forecasting purpose, experience and judgment of expert peoples, and their knowledge are about this product are used for forecasting purpose. Experience, judgment and knowledge of that expert peoples about this product are used for this forecasting of the product or forecasting of the product. So it is a qualitative forecasting. For new product generally it is weak. For new product it is generally weak. And there are four types. There are four types for this qualitative forecasting. One is the executive committee consensus. Another one is the Delphi method. Another one is the Delphi method. So we move these four type of the methods. For the qualitative forecasting. For qualitative forecasting, executive committee consensus, Delphi method, survey of cell force, and expert evaluation techniques. So these are the four methods. We move further and we go through these four methods. So in qualitative forecasting, this first is the executive committee consensus. So this one committee is formed of executives for making forecasting about the particular product or particular atom, about specific atom. So expert committee will be formed, and that expert committee is formed consisting of senior managers, and these committee members give their opinions according to their collective wisdom, for that particular product feature. This committee member give their collective wisdom about this future product, and they conduct decision in open meetings. And according to the opinions of these different senior managers, they make a collective opinion. In meeting with each other, and that decision will be considered for the forecasting of the product. So there is again drawback as a group thinking and personality dominance. A drawback of this first method, executive committee, is the group thinking and personality dominance is the major drawback of this forecasting technique. So this is the executive committee consensus. So that committee is formed by senior managers, and their opinion will be considered for the forecasting of that new product. So another method is the Delphi method. So in this Delphi method, a questionnaire set will be prepared. A different sequence of questionnaires are prepared, and these set of questionnaires are asked to the experts. So one facilitator provides this questionnaire to the experts. They ask about the opinion about these questions in that questionnaire. So there are different questionnaires, and each questionnaire we can consider as a one round, second round, third round, like that. So each questionnaire we can consider as a first round. So next questionnaire we can consider as second round. Like that. So these questionnaires are asked to their experts, and they collect their opinion about that questionnaire. collect their opinions about the questionnaire, and these opinions again expressed to the other peoples. These are again put in front of the other members, other experts. So opinion of one expert committee that again put forward or put in front of the another expert opinions, and they, after the conclusion or after discussion about that expert opinion, they made a particular decision. And this questionnaire is round first. After round first questionnaire, again they move further for the round second questionnaire. Again expert opinions are considered. Again they put in front of the another experts. Again through discussion they reach a particular opinion. About that particular forecasting of the product. We reach a particular opinion about the forecasting of the particular product. So after certain questionnaire rounds, it will stop. After certain questionnaire round, it will stop, and after discussion through the experts, a conclusion will be drawn, and then that procedure stop. Then that procedure stops. So it includes, or it is known as a Delphi method. It is known as a Delphi method. So questionnaire asked. So set of questionnaires are asked to the experts. Next method is the survey of the sales force. Survey of the sales force. So peoples that are related to the production line. The peoples related to the production lines, that opinions are considered. That opinions that of that particular sales peoples are considered, that are related to the production lines. These sales people interact with the customers. These sales people interact with their customers continuously. They consider feedback. They consider customer opinion. They consider customer opinion, and according to that customer opinion, they predict that future sale. According to the customer opinion, they predict that particular future sale of that particular product, and that particular sale force or that people related to the production line, that they are talking with that customers, and according to that customer opinion, they can predict that particular future of that particular product. So this method, that accuracy we can increase by providing some incentives, to these persons, by providing some incentives. As that forecasting will be accurate, they will provide more incentive. Forecast will be accurate, they provide some more incentives. So they forced to take that opinions of that customer by providing some incentives. And we can improve our forecasting. As we reach more number of the customers. So again, fourth type is the expert evaluation technique. fourth type is the expert evaluation techniques. So again here, that peoples related to the production line, that are the executives, sales people, marketing people, distributors, and outside experts that are related to the production line. We can consider their opinion of the related to the forecasting of the product. We consider opinion of the peoples which are related to the production line, and these opinions, by using this opinion, we can forecast. By using this opinion, we can forecast of that particular product. So by using this technique, we can remove bias produced by one person in the forecast. So we consider different opinions of different peoples. That are related to the production line. So we can remove bias that are given by one person. About the forecasting of that particular product. So there are some advantages, disadvantages in each method. And these are categorized or grouped under qualitative forecasting. Under qualitative forecasting. So these are the four methods in the qualitative forecasting, and it is generally used for the new product. Which having no historical data, as it is a new product. So this is related to qualitative forecasting. So what are the advantages? So we can predict change. In the sale pattern by using this qualitative forecasting, and allow decision makers to incorporate rich data sources consisting of their intuitions, experience, and expert judgments. So what are the forecasting of that particular product is depend on the opinion or expert opinion in the related to the production lines or seniors. So that opinions their experience, their judgments that are introduced in this decision making of the forecasting, which are considered in the qualitative forecasting, So these are the advantages. And what are the disadvantages? So these forecasting is a considered readily available information. This is the disadvantages. And complex information. We cannot process a complex information in this case. We cannot process a complex information in this particular forecasting method. So this is another disadvantage. And it is a depend on the opinion of a particular group. So this again make overconfident about their forecaster, maybe overconfident about their ability to forecast accurately. So some people may be overconfident about the forecasting of that particular product. Again, their forecasters are infer relationships or pattern in data. When there are no pattern. So may be wrong. That forecaster opinion may be wrong, or maybe give a different pattern about this forecasting of that particular product. Again, some initial forecast may be influenced. That new forecast. Previous initial forecast done may influence that new forecast. Again, ability of this forecast reduces as it justifies rather than understand the forecast. So in this forecast we provide different questionnaires. We take opinions of that experts, and on this opinion again we put in front of the another experts. They discuss on that opinion, and they justify that opinions of the first expert team. And in this method of forecasting we justify that opinions rather than understanding that forecast. We justify that opinion, accordingly we can forecast a particular product. So it is justify rather than the understanding the forecast. So this is another disadvantages. Another one is the inconsistency in judgment due to the emotions of the forecasters. So some emotions about a particular product or about a particular product development, that are included in this forecasting technique, So emotions of that forecaster maybe become some barrier in the forecast, of that particular product. And this technique is a expensive and time consuming. Technique. So it required to discuss with that customers' opinions, expert opinions. So it will be time consuming and expensive. So it will be improved as we discuss further. It will be that accuracy will be improved as we provide more and more incentives. To that people's salespersons to improve that accuracy. So it will be time consuming and expensive. So this is regarding the qualitative forecasting. So we move further the quantitative forecasting. These forecasting techniques are used to predict sale of that particular product. In the future by considering past data of that particular product. And by analyzing that past data, we can forecast what is the sale of that particular product in the future.